Did he take a shot at Jacksonville or did he praise Brady? Jacksonville Brady. That's actually a very great question.
Back is what I really mean to say is ain't no off season.
Hello YouTube, welcome to No Offseason Media. Today we have some breaking news. Coming out of Denver, we have Von Miller, the Broncos' all-time leading sacker. He is injured for the season. Adam Schefter reported, and I quote, the leg injury that NFL Network said Von Miller suffered is an ankle injury. There's fear that it's a season-ending injury. Miller was hurt near the end of practice. What one person would call it, a freak injury. Team still evaluating MRI as so we speak. That is a major hit on the Denver Broncos. I have some stats here, all paper here. A lot of stats indicating how the Broncos will do this season. That is a major hit on their defense. Von Miller last year played 15 games out of 16. Started for 15. He had a total of 8 sacks. 2 passes defended. And, well, that's it. You know how much the whole entire team had in terms of sacks? You know how much the team had? 40. Had 40 sacks. Miller acquired or accounted for 20% of the team's sacks. That's with Bradley Chubb injured. You remember Bradley Chubb? Bronco fans remember Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb, they drafted him in the 5th overall pick of the 2018 draft. He got injured last season in a sophomore slump. He got injured again, I think it was like a Jacksonville game in Denver Mile High. I think it was like late September. But he had a sophomore slump. I watched Bradley Chubb's rookie year. Bradley Chubb's rookie year, he acquired 12 sacks. And he had 2 forced fumbles. He did great for a rookie. Got beat out by Darius Leonard of the Colts for Defensive Rookie of the Year. But overall, Chubb was pretty nice. I didn't like him when I saw last year. He only played 3 games and got injured in the 4th one. But he's a great player. I do believe that Bradley Chubb will get double teamed with Miller gone. I mean, this was a defense to be reckoned with. It really was. I know they need help in middle linebacker and outside linebacker and weak side linebacker. And they had their interior guys where they had them. Their secondary, oh my God, don't even get me started on the secondary. Secondary's god-awful. They got A.J. Boye. Wow. I mean, we saw him in Jacksonville. He did pretty well over there, didn't he? Guess what? The only complimentary guy that I can say is in that secondary is Justin Simmons. Guess what? The Broncos re-signed him. Thank God. Because that would have been awful if he just franchise tagged him and didn't even get that deal done. Well, maybe they did franchise tag him. Who knows? But this ain't looking good for Denver. I hope your offense is doing well. I mean, you guys picked up Jerry Jeudy. I hope everything goes well. I mean, you guys got Melvin Gordon from the Chargers. Wow. I mean, you guys got Phillip Lindsay, but let's see how that contract goes. You know what I'm saying? Cortland Sutton's a beast. He is a beast. I love Cortland Sutton. But this defense, it's going to be great. It's going to be all right. It ain't going to be legendary. Von Miller's ain't there. So, I hope they do well. I hope so. I mean, I got him at 9-7. So, good luck. I mean, my friend still thinks that they're going to be a Super Bowl contender. But, who knows? I'm just trying to help him out. But that is a major hit on the Denver Broncos. That is just god-awful. We're going to talk about some more awful news. You want to know something awful? Come out of Tampa. Hear this. Maybe I see this in a different way. But Leonard Fournette, you do know him. He got released from the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they're tanking. Obviously, they're tanking because I can see it. You got rid of Calais Campbell. You got rid of A.J. Boye, as I just said. He went to Denver. You got rid of Jarrell Casey. He went to Denver, but Jarrell Casey, he's like old? So, I mean, any given Sunday, but, you see how old he is. And other key players, I think they got rid of Rodney Harrison to the Cleveland Browns. They're tanking. They're tanking. There's no way disputing that they're tanking. But this is what Leonard Fournette had to say about Tampa Bay. For the first time in my life, I really have a quarterback. So that's an eye-opener for me. Not a lot of pressure going in to come at me. Me coming to Tampa made perfect sense. He was excited to see his opponents, and he's happy that the defense gets to plan for 8 guys instead of just 1. Now, was he taking a shot at the Jacksonville organization, or was he praising good old GOAT Brady? Help me out. Because to me, that's taking a shot. That's automatic. You're taking a shot at your organization. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. That's a major shot. Let me tell you the quarterbacks that have handed the ball off and thrown the ball to Leonard Fournette. And we can go all the way to college. Danny Etling. Okay, who is Danny Etling? Okay, he was drafted in the 7th round by the New England Patriots, then traded to the Atlanta Falcons, and he is a quarterback now turning wide receiver. So Leonard Fournette had a wide receiver throwing him the ball. Okay, it's LSU. Okay, let's go into the professional because I didn't bring up LSU earlier. Let's go to Jacksonville. Blake Bortles. Everybody knows the story about Blake Bortles. You can watch football. You know the story about Blake Bortles. Got his team to an AFC Championship, then fell flat short at the end of the 4th quarter to lose the game against New England when you're up by 10 points. That Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles that played awful in 2016. That Blake Bortles. The Blake Bortles that was in MVP conversation in 2017. That Blake Bortles who played god-awful in 2018. That Blake Bortles. Oh, that doesn't stop there. Cody Kessler, not even on the NFL roster. Not on the NFL roster. And lost a game to Josh Johnson, Josh Johnson, when he was playing for the Washington, then not going to bring them up. And he has never won a game until he played that Jacksonville team. Oh, I'm not done yet. Nick Foles. Nick Foles, who has played for the Philadelphia Eagles, then got traded to the Rams, came back to Philly, won a Super Bowl, then went to Jacksonville, got $22 million out of a year, robbed Jacksonville just to get traded to the freaking Chicago Bears and be a backup to Mitchell Trubisky. Oh, that's not it either. Gardner Minshew, a 6th-round pick. A 6th-round pick that wasn't expected to start at training camp. Wasn't even expected to be on the team in training camp. Oh, who else? Josh Dobbs. Does he even sound familiar to you? I'll give you a little background on Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs was traded for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was a backup to Big Ben before they got Mason Rudolph. And he only played 3 quarters in a regular season game against Oakland. And remember, Oakland's defense has always been historically bad. And still lost. What else do you want me to tell you? I am glad Leonard Fournette is in a better organization. I am glad for that. But he took a major shot at the Jacksonville Jaguars organization. He did not praise Brady. He did not praise him. That's a major shot. A quarterback turning wide receiver threw him the ball. A guy who was a backup and was an MVP conversation, then wet the bed in 2018. He is now throwing him the ball. I can line up 500 yards away from you, and Blake Bortles came and hit me in the hands. Okay, then you got Cody Kessler, who's not even on the NFL roster. What did he come out of USC? What's wrong with USC quarterbacks? It seems like they come out not so good when they come out of USC. Mark Sanchez, Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer was great, but he had an outlier season. He was basically average. I don't even think Sam Darnold's going to be that good. I mean, look what all the talents he's surrounded with. What's wrong with the SC quarterbacks? Then don't get me started on Nick Foles. Nick Foles robbed me of... No, he robbed me of a Super Bowl that I picked them to win. He robbed Philly. Robbed Carson Wentz's freaking career by winning the Super Bowl. Now they think it's Foles' team instead of being Wentz's team. Gardner Minshew, I love the dude. I have no disrespect for the dude, but seriously, man, you just took a shot at the organization. I'm not mad at Leonard Fournette. I mean, I hope he wins the Super Bowl in Tampa. I don't think they will. I mean, Tampa look like they might be a 10-6 team, but you just took a shot at the organization. I don't know why everybody thinks that he praised Brady. It has nothing to do with praising Brady. Brady's like 43 years old. I mean, Brady has more Super Bowls than you can have on one finger, but on one hand. I'm sorry, one hand. But Leonard Fournette, you took a shot at the organization. This is not anything about praising Brady. You can come out here and pretend like you praising Brady, but there's none justifying this, man. Like you took a major shot at this dude. I don't know what else to really tell you. Well, since I'm over that dramatic outburst, we got some game bets to go over for this week. I got some games that you can bet this week. Got some games. Maybe you might like it. Maybe we have something in common. I can win you a boatload of money. I like some games this week. I like a lot of underdogs this week. I like no training camp. You gotta take the underdogs here. I mean, no fans. You gotta take the underdog in here. I'm gonna bring that up. Let's start it right now. We got the Houston Texans playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs are a 11-point favorite. And keep in mind, Deshaun Watson has lost his favorite wide receiver, or best wide receiver, or even the best wide receiver in the NFL, DeAndre Hopkins. Traded him, don't know what the hell Bill O'Brien was doing, but traded him over to the Arizona Cardinals for a guy that's contract is not even great. Traded him to the Houston Texans, and I hope he good at staying, healthy, because we've seen his career, his last 2 years, he has not played significantly well. Well, you can blame the offensive line, but, I mean, Houston's offensive line is a little bit better with Laramie Tunsil and Titus Howard. But I'm going to just tell you this right now. I like Houston in the spot. Houston has no fans. They have no fans there, and so does Kansas City have no fans there, and they are 11-point underdog. You have to take the Texans in this spot. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. You have to take the Texans in this spot. Like, literally, like, the okay, forget the AFC divisional round. We know that the Texans were up 24-0, and then the Chiefs came back with 51 straight, whatever points, 51, 60. Man, it was like a freaking pinball machine going on over there in Kansas City. Forget that game. Okay, you can't really forget it, but right now, just forget. The last time Deshaun Watson played Patrick Mahomes in a meaningful regular season game, Deshaun Watson won that game 31-24. And I picked the Texans to win that game, and I got my money. I was happy about that. So I'm going to take the Houston Texans to cover the game. Take Kansas City to win the game, but Houston will cover. I'm going to take a wild guess. Maybe the game's like 34-31 Kansas City. 3 points, better than 10. But take the Texans as an underdog. They play great in September. We got another game here. I'm taking underdog in this one too. We got the Seattle Seahawks playing against the Atlanta Falcons. You got to take Atlanta in this spot. I'm going to tell you why you need to take Atlanta in this spot. Okay, yes, Atlanta has played historically bad in September. They always have. I mean, they went 1-5, 1-4 the last 2 years with Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn would love to play his former team. Last year they did not have Matt Ryan. And everybody else did not have Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's going to be in this game. Matt Ryan has had his way with the Seattle defense years prior. He has. And secondly, Todd Gurley, who the Seahawks can't stop, is on that team. So No, tell me. And then Seattle doesn't even play well in September, especially on the road. I mean, they beat Pittsburgh last year on the road, but who got injured in that game? Big Ben Roethlisberger. So, in week 1, I'm going to swallow the points. I'm going to take the Falcons to beat the Seahawks. I'm going to take a wild guess what this game is. I think it's going to be like a field goal game. Let's say Atlanta wins. Let's go about 27-21. Let's go 27-21. I got another underdog one. The New York Jets, who are complete god-awful, don't even know. Everybody's opted out. Everybody got traded. Only one that's left is Le'Veon Bell, Sam Darnold, and Robbie Anderson left, and Jamison Crowder. Who they pick up in the draft? That right tackle. Who they pick up? Mekhi Becton. Is it Mekhi Becton? Yeah, Mekhi Becton. They picked him up from the draft. The reason the Jets are underdogs by 7 points. Here's the funny part: the Buffalo Bills have not beaten the Jets at home for the past couple of years. That's enough said. I mean, they always split. Got it. I mean, but I'm gonna take the Bills in this spot though, even though the Jets are underdog. This could be a potential trap game for the Buffalo. But as I said, no preseason. There is no preseason. So I'm going to take the Jets. The Jets will lose by less than a touchdown. Let's go 14-20. 14-20. Buffalo wins. I'm going to take Buffalo. They got Stephon Diggs. That's a great acquisition piece. But here's my thing. Over the season, do you really trust Josh Allen? I seen Josh Allen in the AFC wildcard round when they lost to Deshaun Watson. I don't trust it at all, one bit. Oh, we got a great game here. Glad to see this player back. We got the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. I'm going to take Detroit minus 1.5. The reason why I'm going to take Detroit minus 1.5 is because, guess what? Matthew Stafford is coming back. He was injured last season. And think about this. The Lions were 0-8. 0-8. They finished the season 3-12-1. When Stafford was there, they were 3-4-1. When Stafford was gone, they were 0-8. The offense was significantly worse. The defense was significantly worse. They were bad. I think it was like the 31st ranked defense, but it was awful. The Lions are going to win this game. Take the Lions here. The Lions usually win their home openers. I know 2 years ago they lost to the Jets, but that's a rookie quarterback. But we know what Mitchell Trubisky is. If Nick Foles was starting, I would have took the Bears. But since Nick Foles is not starting and Mitchell Trubisky starting, I'm taking the Lions. Take the Lions in this spot. Take the Lions minus 1.5. I'll say the Lions win by a field goal. 24-27. Or maybe even lower than that. Let's go 17-20. Let's go around there. Okay, we got another game. This is the best one. I would love to see this game. My eyes are going to be glued on this game. We have the Cleveland Browns traveling to Baltimore, and the Cleveland Browns are a 8.5 point underdog. The last time the Browns played the Ravens in Baltimore, not the other game, we're talking about the game in Baltimore, they beat the Baltimore Ravens like 40-25. It was 40-25. Nick Chubb ran all over that team. And I know that game personally because Odell Beckham nearly got choked by Marlon Humphrey in that game. But the Browns are a 9 point underdog. Here's my thing about Cleveland. And this is why I love Cleveland right now. I have not heard any chatter coming out of that locker room since last season. I have not heard any chatter. I haven't heard that we're the best team in the AFC North. We're the best team here. We're the best team in the AFC. No, they're actually pretty quiet. I love, Kevin Stefanski from Minnesota. That's a great offensive coordinator. I'm glad they picked him up. That was great. That was a great pickup. Better than Freddie Kitchens. Ugh. Awful. But I think Cleveland. Now, could they win this game? Now, before we even talk about the game, let's go on Baltimore side. Oh, Baltimore, the Ravens. Let's see. With Baltimore, they are virtually like the team to beat. They are like virtually the team to beat. And I don't know what's going to happen with this team. They traded for Calais Campbell, brought Calais Campbell in, got J.K. Dobbins off the draft, got Patrick Queen from LSU out of the draft in the first round, and Lamar Jackson is still getting better. I don't know what to make for this team. Now, is this my Super Bowl pick? I don't know, because I seen Lamar Jackson. He 0-2 in the playoffs. But we're not talking about Super Bowl. We're talking about betting. Okay? We're talking about betting here. Do I want to take the Ravens in the spot? Yes, I do. But I've seen how the Browns play against the Ravens, and they match up well with the Ravens, especially in Baltimore. They just match up well against the Ravens. Now, it's going to be high-powered offense against high-powered defense. That's what I'm going to love. The Cleveland Browns offense, I would love to see how the Cleveland Browns offense is. I mean, they got Austin Hooper from the Falcons, Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Jack Conklin from the Tennessee Titans, and some other key players. They sure buffed up the offensive line. Oh, great. Myles Garrett is back. The guy who whacked Mason Rudolph over with the helmet. Yeah, he's back. You better watch your heads out there, Ravens. I don't know if Myles Garrett going to come out there and start swinging some helmets. But hey, he learned his lesson. But that's no funny. But take the funny stuff out of it. I'm taking the Browns plus 8.5 in this spot. The Browns are. I think the Browns could or lose this game. And they could win or lose this game. I don't know how it's going to go. They could win or lose this game, but I'm gonna take the Ravens to win this game just out of a safe bet. But do take the Browns plus 8.5 because that is the game that the line is off. Like I just think the line is off. Like, this is a high number. You have to swallow the 8.5 points. Just take the 8.5. I think the Ravens win by, let's say, by a touchdown. They win by a touchdown. I don't know. I can't give you the score right now. Let's say they win by a touchdown. We have the Green Bay Packers traveling to Skull. I can't do the Skull thing. I'm not going to do it right now. They play against the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings, who just traded in the offseason, just traded Stephon Diggs to the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen's new piece. They just re-signed Kirk Cousins to a 2-year extension. They got Dalvin Cook. He might get an extension. Depends on what he's going to do. I'm still wondering whether that's going to happen. And they got some other stuff to worry about as well. So I'm going to take the Packers. I'm taking the Packers because the Packers are the better team in the spot. The Packers are the better team. Take the Packers. The Packers are 4-point underdogs. Take the Packers plus 3.5. I think the Packers will win this game. Take the Packers in this spot. We have the Indianapolis Colts over the Jacksonville. Take the Colts plus my bad. Take the Colts minus 7.5. Take the Colts minus 7.5. You cannot take any other team. Take the Colts minus 7.5. If this game is not a blowout, I'll be shocked. Maybe Jacksonville's defense steps up, but I'm gonna take the Colts minus 7.5. Take the Colts minus 7.5 in this spot. We have the Vegas Raiders against the Carolina Panthers. This game was actually hard to choose. I am not even joking. This game was hard to choose. I was like, should I take the Raiders in the spot? Should I take the Panthers in the spot? Then I look at the 10 best players in my head, and I'm like, you know what? I'm actually gonna take the Panthers. That's my bet. Take the Panthers. Panthers will win this game. Panthers are underdogs by 2 points. Or 1.5, but 2 points. Take the Panthers in the spot. The Panthers will win this game. Maybe in overtime. I think it's an overtime game. Let's go about 31-37. I think it's a shootout. 31-37. We have the Miami Dolphins traveling to the New England Patriots. And the Patriots are 7-point favorites. Take the Dolphins plus 6.5. New England is great at home. They're great. But they got Ryan Fitzpatrick there. Ryan Fitzpatrick is obviously great in September. But I'm going to take the Patriots to win this game, though. Patriots will win this game. They're going to win this game, but the Dolphins will cover the spread. They got Tua Tagovailoa in the draft, and the Patriots got Cam Newton as their new quarterback. A lot of opt-outs on the Patriots. I can't even go over the list right now. It's too many dang on players. And, they got, on the Miami Dolphins, they got Kyle Van Noy. A lot of pieces from New England went over there. So I'm going to take the New England Patriots win this game. Let's go about 24-17. 27. Yeah, let's go about there. We got the Philadelphia Eagles against the Washington, can't call them, I don't know what their name now is, football team. Football team. That's the best you guys come up with. The Eagles are 7-point favorites, 6.5-point favorites. Take the Eagles in the spot. The Washington football team got Ryan Rivera as a new coach. That's great. That's great and dandy. That's very great and dandy. But you have to take the Eagles in the spot. The Eagles are a way better team. Take the Eagles here. Carson Wentz is a G. We have the Los Angeles Chargers against the Joe Burrow Bengals, and the Joe Burrow Bengals are 4-point underdogs or 3.5-point underdogs. Take the Chargers in the spot. It's gonna be a roll. They got Justin Herbert on the side on the Chargers side, but Tyrod Taylor look like he might be starting this game. I'm gonna take the Chargers in the spot. Take the Chargers. This defense is gonna be loaded. I know they lost Derwin James, but this defense is gonna be loaded. Take the Chargers minus 3.5. This game is gonna be a blowout. Let's go about 31-7. 31-7. This is the game of the week right here. Ooh, I'm excited for this game. Let's go. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against them New Orleans Saints. Let's go. Who dat nation? We got the Saints as a 3.5-point favorite. Take the Saints in this spot. This is my guarantee. Take the Saints in this spot. The Saints are the better team. Tom Brady is new to this team, and I just came over. Some reports just came out that Mike Evans has like some type of hamstring injury. Take the Saints in this spot. This is my guarantee. Take the Saints in this spot. The Saints normally don't win as much home games when they play home games. They win it, but the team can cover the spread. Take the Saints in the spot. Take the Saints. Drew Brees going to light it up. Their defense, Drew Brees going to light it up. They're good against the run, but not the pass. Drew Brees going to light this game up. So take the Saints minus 3.5. The score, let's go about 35. We have the Arizona Cardinals who just picked up DeAndre Hopkins for the Houston Texans. Thank you, Bill O'Brien. Against the San Francisco 49ers. Take the Cardinals in the spot. They're 8-point underdogs. Take the Cardinals in the spot. The Cardinals have always covered the spread against the 49ers. They have always covered the spread. So take the Cardinals in the spot. They played last 2 times. Kyler Murray has played phenomenal against the 49ers defense. So take the Cardinals. The Cardinals will lose this game, but take the Cardinals as an underdog. Let's say the score is about 28-30. Yeah, 28-30. Cardinals lose. 28-30. We have the Dallas Cowboys against the LA Rams, and the Rams are a 3-point underdog. Take the Rams in this spot. Jalen Ramsey just got an extension, 5 years worth, $105 million. $105 million. That is a lot of dough that the Rams can pay for. The Cowboys got CeeDee Lamb out of the draft. That's great, but he's going to be locked up against somebody that I don't even know who they're going to be locked up. Amari Cooper is not going to be a factor in this game, ever. He's not going to be a factor because he got Jalen Ramsey all over him. Maybe they can run the ball with Zeke. Who knows? But take the Rams, plus 2.5. Swallow the points. Rams win. Let's go about 20-26 in overtime. We got the Steelers at the Giants. I really have to go over this game. There's a blowout. Steelers win. They're 3.5-point favorites. Take the Steelers in the spot. That's what I would go with. The Steelers aren't good. The Steelers are good. The Giants are. I don't know what's up with the Giants camp. I'm hearing a lot of whispers. But take the Steelers in this spot. I think the Steelers will win 24-20. We have the last game. I know I just trashed the Broncos earlier, but we have the Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are a 3-point favorite. Take the Broncos in this spot. Forget that Von Miller's injured. The Broncos have played significantly well when they are in front of their home crowd. I know there's no fans, but they play excellently well. And with the thing that they play excellently well is they cover the spread. They always are favorites, and they're favorites at home. Nobody can beat them in September. Nobody can beat them over there. So that's why I would take the Broncos. Broncos win 20-23. Take that. That's my bets. That's my bets. So I got Kansas City, the Falcons, the Bills winning. I have the Lions winning. I have the Browns covering the spread. I have the Packers covering the spread. I have the Colts as winners. I have the Panthers covering the spread. I have the Dolphins covering. The Eagles win. The Chargers win. The Saints win. The Cardinals cover. The Rams cover. Steelers win. And Broncos win. Thank you so much, guys. That was a lot. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And I'll catch you guys later. These are my bets. That's my daily news. And I'll catch you guys later. I would love to see you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Peace.